Hello, Pally.
Today is May 13th, 2019.
Infocus starts right now. Pally ASB is ending the year with one final major event. We'll tell you what, the when, and the where.
The Theater 1 and 2 classes have a showcase soon. Stay tuned for details.
And summer opportunities are around with only a few weeks left of the school.
All that and more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to Infocus. I'm Thomas Colburn.
And I'm Jason Goldie.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
There are still some summer opportunities available to students. Students can check inside the College and Career Center or the bulletin board in front of the C&CC for a list of available opportunities and internships. Feel free to contact Kay Larson at pausd.org for more information. The Theater 1 and 2 showcases are taking place tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. Admission is free and open to all, and students are encouraged to come see the show.
ASB has scheduled one final set of performances for each day of this week. Tomorrow, there will be performances from Camila Urteaga and Eric Scheffer. Field Day will also be this Friday. There will be music, slides, and games all around the quad. Due to this, there will be a special schedule with an extended lunch. The schedule is on your screen now, so be sure to take note of the special schedule, which will accommodate Field Day.
Pally's own Spanish teacher, Mr. Crowell, will hopefully continue his winning ways as he competes in the next round of the Jeopardy's Teacher Tournament. After emerging winning last week's episode, Palo Alto High School teacher Trevor Crowell will compete in the semifinals of the Jeopardy! Teacher Tournaments tonight. Last week, Crowell bet $100 in Final Jeopardy, but still won the game. After 2 rounds of answers and questions, he was well ahead of the other 2 contestants with $15,600. The other 2 had $1,000 and $12,400. Crowell has been a fan of Jeopardy all his life. He took an online test to qualify for the show and then auditioned last July in San Francisco. The show was taped on Stage 10 at Sony Picture Studios in Culver City in early April. Mr. Crowell isn't allowed to say if he won until after the show airs. The episode airs locally tonight on Channel 7 at 7 o'clock, so tune in to see how he does. Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
The Coast Guard rescued 2 men and 3 dogs in Mississippi. Rapidly rising river flooding stranded the men and the dogs in a car early Sunday. The Coast Guard sent a rescue chopper to help, but bad weather forced a delay. When the crew arrived a couple of hours later, they were able to hoist the 2 men and the animals to safety. They were then transported in a stable condition to a nearby hospital. The crew, even with heavy rain, low visibility, and lightning, were able to make the rescue.
The moon is slimming down and possibly shaking. NASA reports the moon has lost 150 feet over the last several hundred million years because its interior is cooling. As the moon shrinks, its crust wrinkles and breaks. According to NASA, the resulting thrust faults produce moonquakes. They note that some of the quakes reached around 5 on the Richter scale.
A man accused of a deadly machete attack on 2 Appalachian Trail hikers is making his first court appearance. Jordan was arrested for attacking a man and a woman early Saturday morning. Authorities say the man used his cell phone to call for help before he died. His companion was also attacked and walked 6 miles, injured and bleeding, before getting help from some hikers on the trail. Jordan also allegedly threatened hikers in North Carolina and Tennessee. Police say Jordan surrendered after they found him near the trail. Officials say the woman is expected to survive. Now let's shift gear from news of today to news of the past.
And our very own resident historian has been learning more about the Mexican-American War.
Tell us all about it, Derek.
Thanks, Thomas. Today in 1846, the U.S. Congress overwhelmingly voted in favor of President James K. Polk's request to declare war on Mexico in a dispute over Texas. Under the threat of war, the United States had refrained from annexing Texas after the latter won independence from Mexico in 1836. It wasn't until President Polk sent troops under the command of General Taylor to antagonize the Mexican government that tension began to rise again. Mexico, claiming that the boundary was the Nueces Reverto, the northeast of the Rio Grande, considered the advance of Taylor's army as an act of aggression, and in April 1846 sent troops across the Rio Grande. Polk, in turn, declared the Mexican advance to be an invasion of U.S. soil, and on May 11, 1846, asked Congress to declare war on Mexico, which it did 2 days later. That's all from me. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that interesting tidbit of history, Derek.
And now we'll throw it to Anthony for sports.
Did we have any exciting games?
Boys varsity lacrosse played cat and mouse against Los Gatos and won 12-6. There's no upcoming games this week, so back to you.
I guess we can't expect many sports games for the rest of the week with the year wrapping up.
Something else we've come to expect is sun all day, every day. But surprisingly, that may change this week.
Let's find out what the clouds have in store for us today. As we check in today in Palo Alto, we have around 67 degrees. We had a high of 71, a low of 52. Winds at about 10 miles an hour today, so it's pretty windy. As we check out Tuesday, it's pretty cloudy tomorrow. We got a high of 69, a low of 56. Be cloudy through most of the day. And as we check on Wednesday, we're expecting a lot of rain, usually around in the morning or late afternoon. As we check the 5cast, we're still expecting a lot of rain on the weekend, maybe some on Thursday, but no rain at all this Friday. Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.